Got another round of seedlings started for the hydroponic garden, and I'm excited because I finally got spinach to sprout for the hydroponic garden. I tried planting spinach directly into the rock wool, and not one of them sprouted. They all just lied dormant and then I think died. And I was bummed because I want some of that baby spinach. And so I saw a video Jack Spirko put out on how to get really difficult seeds to germinate for hydroponics or just in general. I mean, you can plant this in the dirt too. This is a cool trick I learned. Take a little washcloth, wet it, paper towel, wet it, and then like wring it out so all the water drips out of it. Fold it with the seeds on the inside and then put that in a Ziploc, and then take that Ziploc bag and place it on top of something warm. These are radiator, like aluminum. I'll show you. That's an aluminum like bench that they built out of the radiator, so that's nice and warm. So that works, but I actually put that, I didn't put it here because I knew the baby would come and grab it and I didn't want him messing with it. So I actually put my Ziploc bag on top of our cable box for 2 days, and in 2 days I got a couple to sprout, so I'm gonna start transplanting them now. As you can see, we also have some more arugula, we have some more mesclun and bib lettuce, all growing. And behind me, I mean, you can see how big all the hydroponic lettuces and things are going. Plus we bought some herbs. Kay just bought some herbs, which are not hydroponic, they're in dirt. Let's do the spinach and then I'll show you that. Everything is doing pretty well in the hydroponic garden. Up front we have a couple herbs which are not being grown hydroponically. We bought these as just boxed herbs from Walmart in the dirt, and we have some mint, rosemary, and basil. The basil was looking like it was gonna die, but now it's doing okay. We revived it. I did steal one little basil sprig, I don't know what you call it, and transplanted it into the hydroponic garden just to see, because basil does really good with hydroponic growing, and I was worried that that basil plant was going to die, so I was trying to like not put all my eggs in one basket. So I put one in hydroponics, which looks like it survived the transplant, and then I have a couple over here. If that basil survives, I might transplant a few more, because these ones are starting to look droopy, and I don't know if they're going to make it. We have some bib lettuce. The bib lettuce, it like folds over. It looks a little, it looked a little weak to me at first, but it seems to be doing all right. It's growing a lot every single day, so that's good. And then we have some arugula growing, which is starting to do nice, putting on good leaves. Mesclun lettuce mix. I tried a tomato, which I know you can grow tomatoes hydroponically. I was a lot more involved in growing tomatoes hydroponically, so that was mostly just kind of a fun experiment to see if I can do it in a little half-gallon jar, even get a couple tomatoes out of it. We'll see. The smaller jars are doing okay. I wasn't sure how they would do, but they seem to be going all right. I tested those out. I have a couple different nutrient mixes here that I was testing out. The cool thing I'm seeing so far is with the Kratky hydroponic garden, really, it's all working. Different nutrients, different, aluminum versus the black paint, different size net cups. I mean, throw out a bunch of curveballs, everything is growing here. And it's so easy. I'm really enjoying this kind of gardening. If you've been watching our channel a long time, you know I'm not a big fan of gardening. This is really relaxing. Every day I make up a couple new jars. I mix a little bit more solution. I pop a couple seeds in. It's very easy for the kids to help me. I find with the kids, the younger kids working in the raised beds, it's easy for them to destroy everything very quickly. Like, okay, let's sprinkle seeds, and they just like throw them. You're like, no, 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 where did they go? Or like, okay, let's weed, guys, and then they pull up all your, sprouted seed, and you're like, no, no, no. But with this, I can take one little block of rock wool and say, okay, get me one seed. They drop it in the one rock wool. Okay, put it in the one jar. There's no weeding, there's no bugs. I really like this. I find myself spending more and more time working on the system. And I actually have a couple that are growing in a windowsill. I know if you're thinking, well, Aust, you got a sunroom. I don't have a sunroom. I can't do this. You can use grow lights, so that's always an option for anybody, and they're very inexpensive now to buy, grow lights. But I'm also growing a couple over behind me in a windowsill, just like anybody would have. If you have a window in your house, you could do it. They're not growing as fast as these, but they're growing fine. So it just takes a little longer. This cracky hydroponic garden, man, I'm just like having a blast with this thing. I can't even believe how simple it is and how easy it is and how well it's working. Before we head out into the barn, we're going to do our Camel Train shout out for today. Mike Uhas. Mike is old to farming, and yet he considers himself a beginner. He's farmed grain over the years on his family farm with his father. He's from a suburb county town in northeastern Ohio where not many farms remain. Mike grew up on their small farm and has continued maintaining it all these years. Meanwhile, he's been working a job in the IT field. Now Mike's looking to be more green and sustainable on his farm. In the past, Mike had livestock. He had honeybees, cows, chickens, pigs, and turkeys, all before he did grain. Now that he's looking to do some homesteading, he's looking to do some heritage hogs on pasture. Oh, hi, cute little baby. Are you gonna say thanks to Mike for sponsoring this episode? Mike's been following Homesteady for several years now. He's actually helped other people do podcasts, and so when he found Homesteady, it caught his eye, the podcast. He liked the fact that we were sharing the message of sustainability and homesteading through technology, and Mike hopes to be able to do that with his journey sometime in the future.
Sorry, I'm just a hand. I'm feeling my herbs.
Right now, Mike doesn't have much in the way of social media sites, but you can follow him on Instagram. We'll have a link below to Mike's Instagram account, and you can go check him out. Thank you for sponsoring today's episode of the Camel Train. We thank you, Mike. Your shirt is on the way. You have lifetime access to the Pioneer Program, where there are people like you in there who've been doing this their entire life, who are sharing their journey and telling their story and what happened there. So maybe you'll enjoy some brothers in arms stories there. So thank you, Mike, for following our journey and helping us on the Camel Train. Now let's head out to the barn, where we're going to be milking animals and talking about what homesteading is like 365. The Milking Chronicles continues. We're milking Luna every single day. Things have gotten really good with the establishment of a good solid routine. We're not calf sharing right now with Luna, which makes milking a lot easier. Her calf is up on the hill. We're not bringing her down with each milking. Luna's just here ready to go in the morning. Kay's actually beating me every morning with the milking machine. I'm calf sharing with the Camels and she's not. She's just putting that milking machine on. Things are going really smoothly. It took Luna about 3 days to really settle into a good routine. And now, yeah, I mean, Luna's being milked. We're getting half a gallon of milk from her each day. Milking the Camels, we're getting, with 2 milkings a day, we're getting close to half a gallon of milk with the Camels. Well, things are going good.
Oh, dusty.
Almost done. Oh, this is annoying. Seems like shrunk in the wash. Saul, you gotta calm down, buddy. It's okay. Calm down. Calm down, okay?
What's he got here?
What is going on with this stinking thing? There we go. Good Lord, that was hard to get on. Whew. We watched Solomon's halter. Our camel that we did a video conference with, he was getting some weird patches on him and we wanted to know what was up. So she informed us that he had ringworm. She said it's very common in camels. It's a fungus, it's seasonal, and nothing that we've done wrong. She explained to us how to treat it. You gotta wash all their stuff because it can stay on the fabric. And then you have to treat the sections of skin that are showing, you know, bare spots with a cloth doused in iodine. So we are treating Solomon for ringworm. I'm wearing my gloves when dealing with it. And when I'm done, I will switch gloves before I start milking. I get the comment from time to time, like, people will see we're wearing gloves in the barn and then we go to milk and we're wearing gloves and they're like, why don't you change your gloves? I edit that stuff out. Like, I'm not gonna show you every time I undo my gloves and then I pull out of my pocket a new set of gloves. You don't see that stuff. That gets cut in the edit. But we know if you're dealing with stuff like this, change your gloves before you go milk. Okay, time to milk.
Blowing.
Makes a cool video, doesn't it? I need to hear. Good letdown today, getting a lot of milk. I find the morning milkings, we always get more milk than the afternoon milkings. I think it's because it's a longer time in between. Not sure if that's why, but you know, we milk probably a 14-hour difference in the evening versus like a 10-hour in the afternoon. Easy mill, easy mill. That's about it. Our 2 minutes is up and the milking is done. What?
Chicken in the pocket.
Oh, is that what you were yelling for us?
Scrubby. So what do we do when we scrub it? What does it do to the itch in the worm?
Up. This is what our camel vet
What
said
does
to
it
do. Opens up the skin so the medicine can get down to it.
And the medicine's iodine.
Ooh, she said that's good.
He likes it too.
Yeah, and a lot of animals get this ringworm. Aren't you a pretty camel?
He's enjoying it.
Yeah.
Solomon loves a good rub.
Spa day.
You going to the spa, Solomon?
You know, sometime we should get in one of those instant hot water heaters in here. And give
That'd be
ourselves
nice.
some hot water.
In the barn.
Mm-hmm.
Be great.
Our vet is a camel specialist, and you'll meet her soon. She's been doing pretty much exclusive camel work for the last 10 years.
What's exclusive?
Just camels. The way she recommends that we treat ringworm. She also told us it's not unusual for animals to get. Come on. Back. Back. Hey.
I'm not putting his collar back on. No need to.
How about we put these out in the garbage shelter?
Okay.
Get a brush. It's the season where the cows are starting to shed. So everyone looks a little disheveled lately. I know. Give it a few more weeks and they'll be shiny and got their spring coats on. There are always comments, people saying that the cows are too skinny, which for poor Luna would be a compliment. I think that's the first time anyone in her entire life has thought she was skinny. When the vet saw her, he said, she's fat. Her condition I'm actually really happy with right now. She is mini Jersey, so she's always going to look a bit heavier than, say, a standard commercial Jersey. I'm glad though that I can see a little bit of her bones. Her short ribs are not sticking out though. They're not bony. I can feel a fat cover with my hand. Her ribs the same way up here. I can feel them, but she's got a fat cover. A healthy dairy cow, you will be able to see some bones. So the fact that we can see her hip bones is good. Now you shouldn't be able to count every rib, and with her you can't. So if you want more information, look up body condition scoring in dairy cows. I know. It's not good to have a fat dairy cow. It's not good to have a dairy cow who's too skinny. Luna, right now, for coming into spring, getting ready, she's feeding a couple calves, getting ready for the green up to really get started. She looks really good. Now she does look shaggy. They've got their loose minerals out there. They got their hay, their alfalfa pellets or sunflower seeds or flax, but it is shedding season. They're going to look a bit scraggly. Yeah, are you done? I couldn't tell. Are you done? Fluffy, fluffy. All right, we're gonna come through right there. She looks really good.
Luna looks great. Every open door. Need to make a clean goat funnel, Mommy.
Now, in a beef cow, you want to see that big, fat, round, fat. He censored me, but. In a dairy cow, you want to see some of that pelvis. If you do want to learn more or look at photos about it, look up that body condition scoring for dairy cows specifically. In the winter time, for our girls, it's harder to see those bones because they're covered in fur. And now that it's coming into spring, she's shedding, everybody's shedding. Now you can start to see a little more of the bones. That's not for you. That's for the sheep. Look at this greedy camel.
Oh.
Greedy camel. Everybody wants this. I'm like teasing everybody. She's in really good condition right now. I'm very happy with her condition, especially having the 2 calves. But it's very nice that the spring grass is coming on because that's helping to keep her condition up. Yeah, she looks great. When we had our vet out about a month ago, she agreed to. She was really happy with the condition of all the animals right now. Now if we could get this shedding over, get our nice spring dew. Little chubbers over there. Triple chins over there. Good thing you have to share your milk. I am so glad the pump's working well and my bucket, my belly milker is working well too. Because for the time we had to kind of get Luna milked out, that teat was really getting engorged because she wasn't letting the calves suck off of it. She had that cut. Her teats are, she's a first-time freshener. So she's got small teats. They're like half the size of my pinky. And she had that cut on it, so she didn't want us to hand milk them. Because her teats are small and we're using a strip milking motion, we're pulling them. So imagine she has that cut on there and every time we pull it, we're just making that cut gap a little bit every time. She hated it. The machine was much more comfortable for her. Once we actually got everything connected, she got used to it in the suction, the pump was all working well. She has been doing great with this machine.
Do you remember the first day we were realizing we needed to milk her out because she wasn't letting the calf on that big engorged teat? And I said, why don't I go get the milking machine? And you said, yeah, do that. And then I was like, oh, I don't know what you need. Why don't you go get it?
Yeah.
Oh no, then I was like, why don't you just hand milk? And you said, why don't you just hand milk? I'll go get the machine.
I'll go get the machine.
So I spent like 5 minutes trying to strip that one little one without pulling on it too much.
Well, she's like every time
man.
like kicking.
And when she got back, I was like, please put that machine on.
Yes, he was like, now I know why you went and got the machine.
Yeah, it's so much. Now, of course, it takes a couple days for her to get used to the new routine. Us too, we were very frustrated with the issues. But if you just stick with it for a few days, you work out the kinks, and now it's working. You're beating me a lot of mornings, although not this morning, because you did have to get the calf in to have her let down.
I still want to use the calf to help her with letdown. She's doing great on the stand. I didn't even use the belly rub today.
That's awesome. That's progress.
Austin did say if he were designing this stanchion for a mini cow, Luna's size, it would be much smaller.
Narrower.
Much more narrow. And
shorter.
the head gate would be fit her a bit tighter because she's got a lot of room to move.
Yeah, I based this off of things I found online, which were mostly
and for Ladybug.
Size.
You measured Ladybug.
And Ladybug too, yeah. No, if I had just a mini jersey like Luna, this would be narrower, shorter, tighter.
Yeah.
But it works.
But she's doing
And
great.
Luna's doing good.
And that teat is healing.
Yes, which is
Which
awesome.
is good.
And we're getting a half a gallon of milk off her a day.
Yeah.
We're making butter. Just one little mini milk cow.
Yeah, we're just milking once a day too.
Plenty for our family. More than enough for our family, actually.
Yeah, the cows, that means they're getting their good, they're second cutting hay, they're out in grass. When they're on the stand, they get their sunflower seeds, flaxseed, alfalfa pellets. They've got their loose mineral mix. They always have that out there. That's important for a loose mineral mix, not a block. They can't get everything they need from a mineral block. They wouldn't be able to lick it enough. So that's why a loose mineral mix is really important. Yeah, we've got that all for them right now. And it's going good.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy. We found our rhythm.
Austin said this morning, because that video came out, that video where we were really frustrated with the milking and the milk machine and Luna, that came out yesterday, right?
Yeah.
So we have the comments of people saying, like, what do they say?
Ugh.
Hair?
Ugh. Which one do you want to talk about? Which comment?
I want to talk about how it's okay to show people a bad day.
Yeah, we find with the YouTube channel, like, we can release 50 positive, you should totally do this, we love this videos. And we do. We put 50 of those out, like, you can do this, you should totally do this. But once in a while, we feel like it's important to show a bad day. Because they happen.
Yeah, we have bad days.
And I think it would be wrong for us as a channel to make 50 videos of, you can totally do this, you should do this, get some animals, get a barn, go homestead, and never show, today I feel like I want to quit.
Yeah, the days where it's raining and the calves are running amok and you're knee deep in cow poop and she's kicking stuff and you got her tied up everywhere.
That you got to deal with.
And you're trying to milk it out and the milker's not working.
And the milking machine's broken and like,
yeah, some days
that happens.
Like that.
And if we edit that out to cheery music and a time lapse, you'll get into it. You'll be like, oh, Austin K said to do this. And then you'll be like, I hate Austin K. They are liars. This is awful. Because you have really bad days and you have bad weeks. Sometimes you have a whole bad, like, negative season. We've had, in our 10-year history, 1 year that we look back on, and that whole year just has like a...
It was like a big failure.
It was a good time. We weren't doing YouTube at the time, and it's a good thing we weren't. We would have probably had a real bad run that year on YouTube. But it happens. You have negatives. But we feel like, you know, a lot of people are like, oh, be happy for what you got, and, you know, you should be grateful and be positive.
Is that what they say?
Yeah, there are people like, oh, be happy you're not in the city right now. And like, yeah, we are. We're super happy.
This is in every aspect of life. You can be happy for something. If you have kids, we're happy we have kids. Does that mean every second is like a joyride with kids?
No.
No, there are hard times.
Anyone who has kids knows that.
We're still grateful for them.
Yeah.
It's anything in life. You have a job, you're grateful for your job, but it's not always going to be easy.
Yeah.
That's what this is. We are grateful for everything we have, but it's not always easy.
There are just as many comments thanking us for the real video. There are just as many people saying, thank you for showing the other side, because we know it's there. But it is. There's bad days, and I don't feel it's right to edit those out. I feel like you gotta see, you can see 49 camel train videos of like, you should be doing this, look at how easy hydroponics is, and wow, milking a camel's super great. But then like, we gotta show you like, oh man, today was a bad day and I wanna quit. Because if you do it, there'll be the day where you wanna quit. That always happens. Like, there'll be a month you wanna quit, there might be a year you wanna quit. You might quit.
Yeah.
We don't want you to feel like you're a loser because you wanted to quit. Because you'll probably come back. Even if you, I see a lot of people quit completely, that then like a year or two goes by and they start up with chickens again.
Yeah, we knew somebody who he was a dairyman, like from birth. He sold all his dairy cows.
All 100,
all of them.
100 head of cows, he sold them because he lost his shirt on him.
And then he bought more.
Like a year
bought
later,
a whole
he was
new herd of
delivering
dairy
hay to
cows.
us. So what you doing?
I got cows
Gotta
again.
go milk. What? Yeah, I can't help it.
It's for there are people in the world, and we're some of them, that this is a way of life, not just it's not just YouTube videos, it's not just Instagram, it's our life, and it's up and down, up and down.
Yeah.
Mostly up, sometimes down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Homesteady logo, and we're
You
done.
always do this. You always do that.
Mic drop.
That's like how you can't like let a moment be like peaceful.
I gotta like add the logo
You have to, like,
and
bam.
the music because I'm editing already. I'm pre-editing. I like this new sweatshirt.
I know you do.
I picked red.